PR Connections Radio presents.
Hello there, and welcome to the Sunday Morning Chat Series with Jesse Oakley III. And I am your host, Jesse Oakley III. And the purpose of the Sunday Morning Chat Series is to interview a plethora of positive people that are making big difference in their community. Whether they're authors, entertainers, writers, speakers, anyone that's doing something for the community that is a benefit, you'll hear from them first on the Sunday Morning Chat Series. And today we have ourselves a wonderful episode for you. And it is always important to understand PR. And the channel for this show is hosted by PR Connections, Public Relations. And to explain about the benefits and the beginnings and everything you need to know about public relations, please help me welcome PR professional Julie Murphy. Hello, Julie. How's it going?
Hey, Jesse. Great to see you. I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
All right. And it's always great to see you. And without further delay, let's chat. Okay. The first question I do have for you is, what type of public relations do you actually do?
I work for one of Orange County's largest automakers, doing PR for automotive.
Cool. That is very fantastic. And how did you actually get your start in PR work?
Always growing up, I had a passion for news, but I also knew that maybe I didn't want to be a journalist. I thought to myself, I don't know that I want to live in the middle of nowhere. But I had that passion for news. And once I went to college, I realized there's so many different aspects of communication. And I immediately fell in love with public relations. Why? Because we're distributing the news. We know the news before anybody else. What better way than to be the person that helps make the news?
All right. Fantastic. Now, when it comes to PR, now you got to have some different challenges and opportunities and moments that are within PR. What were some of the challenging moments that you faced when it comes to PR and public relations work?
There's always going to be challenges with every job. I've always found one of the largest challenges with public relations is the waiting game, the waiting for approvals, because we want to make sure that before we release the information that we have it correct. There's many different approvers in any organization, and we need to make sure that we run it by all of them. Everybody has busy schedules. People are in meetings. People are traveling. They're not able to get back to you right away. So I always find that, I think the other thing about public relations is the world never sleeps. PR people, yes, we sleep a bit, but even when we're on vacation, even when there's holidays, you're still waking up, checking your phone, making sure that the world is okay, that there's no crisis happening. So I do find that with public relations, it is always on. Now, of course, you have those opportunities to get the rest and relaxation, but it is an always on job. And so it's really important that you're also keeping up with trends as you're sitting there on your couch at night. Really important that you're browsing for what some of the latest things are, because you want to have that time to continue to develop yourself and your brand.
All right. Fantastic. Now, what were some of the best moments that you experienced in PR work?
It can be a challenging environment, but really I get excited when I see our brand come to life, when I see our brand up on the big stage and the music starts playing for the grand reveal and the cars come out, and you realize those sleepless nights of preparing the press releases, making sure all the photos are uploaded to the media site, seeing your hard work come to life. And then also hearing the stories. With any brand, there's going to be an impact. But I find, especially in automotive, your car, you spend so much time in your car. You think about it, people are taking their kids to soccer practice. They're driving to work. They're having their fun vacations, and hearing the stories of how our brand has been able to impact people, and then most importantly, how our brand has grown over the last few years. It went from, this brand that everybody didn't really have confidence in to a brand that everybody's looking to now. And so I think that's been one of the most exciting aspects of PR is seeing it come to life and seeing how a brand can transform over a course of just a few years.
All right, fantastic. Now, there's going to be someone out there that is amazed and admire about the work you do when it comes to public relations or PR. And you happen to meet this person, and this person is inspired by your work and your efforts, and they want to be in your shoes. If this person were to ask you, and so for any advice for them wanting to be where you are right now, what advice would you give them?
You be curious. I think that's one of the things that I've always been is always aim to push yourself further. Don't get comfortable with just, oh, I'm going to do this one little thing because brands evolve and needs arise and you want to be that person that people go to. You need to be really strong at building relationships too because you need the stakeholders in the organization because you need to be able to get information from them and you also need to be able to present to them. I think a lot of times people think, oh, PR, you just write some press releases and you're done, you call some media and the magic happens. There's a lot of work behind the scenes. So you really need to be strong at those relationships. You also need to be strong at metrics and budgeting. Why? PR is not free. We need to be able to fund our events, but then also determine the return on investment. PR sometimes isn't seen as a sexy thing because it's not marketing. It's not your ad displayed across the TV. It doesn't have as many eyeballs as we like to say. But for the amount of money that you spend on public relations, you can make such an impact on getting the word out there. We are the snowplow a lot of times. And so it's really important that you build those relationships and are able to analyze your results for your key wins.
All right, fantastic, fantastic. Now, is there anywhere that people would like to go that they could learn more about doing PR work, or what would be a good advice for someone who want to do research on PR?
Yeah, I think one of the things is LinkedIn. LinkedIn Learning has so many courses. Also, just on LinkedIn, you'll find people that are experts in the subject of PR and also follow providers that provide PR services because they're always going to have great tips. Yes, of course, you have to give them your information to be able to download their content, but at the same time, it's a two-way street. Like I want your content and you want to maybe provide some services to me in the future. So I always am looking at brands that provide content and looking at maybe what are the new ways that I can think about PR. So really important to always be browsing and always staying curious.
All right, beautiful, beautiful. And it's LinkedIn Learning, right?
Yes, LinkedIn Learning.
Okay, cool. So you basically just go to LinkedIn or just type in LinkedIn Learning at the search and it's right there, right?
Yep.
Cool. So, happy people, if you want to check out LinkedIn Learning, feel free to do so because it's going to be a good benefit for those that are interested in PR works like Julie, what she's doing right now. Now, I do have this portion of the meeting is our shout out portion, and it gives everybody, right, my host, an opportunity to give a shout out to people that made the journey possible. If you can give a shout out to a few people that made your journey possible, who would you like to give a shout out to?
First of all, my amazing husband, Sean, I would have to give a shout out to him because he is always pushing me to continue advancing. There's moments that we all second guess our abilities, and he always tells me, you can do it. You're going to be amazing. It's all going to work out. Also, my amazing coworker, James, who we've bonded over the last 10 years or so. He's always supported me through the journey, and he's always reassured me that we're in this together and we are going to go conquer the world.
All right, fantastic, fantastic. Now, the last question I do have for you is for my crew and my people, and they're called the Happy People, and they're always impressed with some great words of wisdom from the hosts that I had in the past. If you had a chance to talk to my crew and my people, the Happy People, with some your own wise words of wisdom, what wise words of wisdom would you like to give to the Happy People out there?
I would always suggest that happy people be curious. The world of business is always changing. We think about it. At one point, we didn't have cell phones, which are now little computers in our hands. Social media, that was a thing. Now, what is it going to be in the future? AI is becoming a thing. How are we going to leverage AI? Yes, PR people will still have a job because we need to feed the beast, which I call AI. You always need to be feeding it content, but you also need to continue to adapt to new ways of doing business and use new tools and be curious, be open, explore new opportunities. Some things are going to work, some things aren't. Some things might be a good match for your brand, others aren't. But if you don't try it, you won't know. Always be advancing yourself, always be curious, and look for new opportunities.
All right, and as a perfect bookend to this wonderful interview, on behalf of all the happy people that are watching this, I thank you, Julie, for spending time here on the Sunday Morning Chat Series with Jesse Oakley III. Thank you very much, Julie.
Thanks, Jesse.
All right, and this concludes this episode of the Sunday Morning Chat Series. Stay tuned for our next episode, which will take place next Sunday at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And if you want more information on the Sunday Morning Chat Series, go to prconnectionsradio.com and check it out. And you can also check out our YouTube channel for PR Connections, where you'll see a plethora of shows similar to the Sunday Morning Chat Series. And guess what? I have a new YouTube channel on YouTube that's called Sunday Morning Chat Series with Jesse Oakley III. And on this, you'll see interviews like this, plus past interviews I've done with people that are making big differences in the community. Positive big differences in the community. Just type in on YouTube Sunday Morning Chat Series Jesse Oakley III. Subscribe, follow, like, and comment on the people that I've done interviews in the past. And this concludes this episode of the Sunday Morning Chat Series. This is Jesse Oakley III speaking. Until next time, you take care and have a great day. Bye.
PR Connections Radio thanks you for watching this podcast. Check out more episodes of this show and our others at PR